Joined by Hofstra head coach Shannon Smith following your team's 13-8 victory over William Mary. Your thoughts on the game today, Coach? Proved to 7-4 overall and 2-0 in the conference.
I think it's a good start for us in our conference. Nice to start 2-0 and to get two big W's on a Friday and Sunday, something that we've struggled with in the past. But overall, not too pleased with our play. I thought we were sloppy in certain parts of the area. Defensively, we played really well for the first 75% of the game, and then we got a little lazy in the last 25. Offensively, we were finishing some shots. We had some different people step up, but again, some sloppy passes and really sloppy in our transition game. So we got the W, but there's still areas that we need to clean up going forward, especially next weekend going to Delaware and Towson.
Kind of a tale of two halves. First half, 5-1 lead at the break, and then the second half, like you just kind of mentioned, a lot more turnovers, and both teams were scoring a little more easily.
Yeah, I think that we came out really strong in the second half, but then we allowed William & Mary back in off of some free possession shots in the second half, which really killed us. Just some mental mistakes, so we're going to have to clean it up, and we'll get back to film, and we'll watch it, and we'll get better.
Balanced attack offensively today, a lot of different scorers. Tiana really stepping up this week, especially to talk about that.
Oh yeah, Tiana really stepped up for us. She had a phenomenal game today against William & Mary and played really well against JMU. Morgan Knox has been really stepping up, so the two of them are really starting to hit their stride in their sophomore years, which is what we need going forward for our conference. Amanda Seacamp is starting to see some little offensive action, and I thought Lindsay Alfano really stepped up for us again offensively. So this is what we're going to continue. This is what we're going to need to continue to play strong and have great games against these top teams.
Coach, really, in about the first 5 minutes there, two quick turnovers by you guys, but then Altamar eventually scores in the first 10 minutes of the game. You feel that goal kind of got you guys back on track?
I think it got us back on track a little bit, but that's definitely an area that we need to improve upon. I feel as if the past two games this weekend, we turned over the ball in the first 5 minutes 3 times in our clearing game, and we can't do that anymore. We have veteran defenders back there, and I have my juniors and seniors throwing the ball out of bounds. And those are mistakes that are going to cost us towards the end of the season, so we need to fix that. We need to eliminate those going forward into next weekend.
Kind of just mentioned the clearances, 15 of 21. It's something that I feel you obviously have to improve on going into with a 3-game road stand coming up.
Yeah, we're not happy with it right now. We weren't happy with it after the JMU game either, so it's going to be a main focus for us going into this week.
And also, it was 5-1 at the half, but I feel like William they had a few opportunities in that first half of play. I feel the score was a lot closer than maybe the score would have indicated in that first half of play. Is that fair?
Yeah, I mean, at one point we were winning 9-3, and we need to learn when we're winning 9-3 how to close out a game and not allow the other team back in. So I think that's, some of our youth on the offensive end. I think that some of our youth, Britain's really our only returning attacker from last season in CAA play. So we have a lot of kids out there who've never experienced this before, but we need to learn how to close the door when we're up 9-3.
Britain, they actually did a pretty good job on her today most of the game. She ended up winning 8 draw controls. Can you talk about her efforts, saying what the teams, JMU kind of had the same defensive strategy on her as well?
I mean, yeah, I think a lot of teams' focuses are stop Britain Altamar and you stop Hofstra women's lacrosse, and I think we've proven that this weekend that that's not the case. Britain's still going to have strong games, whether you put a face guard on her, whether you double team her. I mean, she had 5 points against JMU, and now she has 4 points against William & Mary and had multiple draw controls in both games, and the players around her are stepping up. They're saying play 6v6. You don't respect us enough, we're going to take you to the cage, and that's exactly what our attackers are doing. That's exactly what Morgan's doing. That's exactly what Tiana's doing. Amanda Seacamp, Lindsay Alfano, and that's what we need going forward. So the more these players can step up, the more deadly our attack becomes.
Late game goal by Shelby Milne, first career point. Can you just talk about somebody who played so well on Friday night and getting an offensive outburst here?
Shelby always wants the goal. She always teases with me that she has her own little special play on attack, but I guess that proved correctly today that she scored. So I'm happy for her. She had a tremendous game against JMU, had a tremendous game today against William & Mary, and has been doing a phenomenal job for us on the defensive side of the field, and her leadership abilities are just great as well. So I'm really happy for the kid. She deserves it. But like I said, overall we need to get better.
have a few days off to get ready for Delaware and have the opportunity to go 3-0. What do you work on this week to get ready?
Well, we definitely need to work on clearing. That's gonna be the first and foremost, and we gotta eliminate our turnovers. I think we're starting to shoot the ball really well, so hopefully we'll continue that. But there's little areas of the game that we need to improve. I think the draw controls and clearing will definitely be a strong point for us.
Coach, one last question. We haven't really talked about it all weekend, but another strong game from April Ionetta. 6 ground balls, 4 caused turnovers, 3 draw controls. Just her efforts again to talk about.
She's everywhere on the field for us. She has this ability to, really cause a lot of turnovers and make people, second guess themselves when they go against her. She's really quick with her stick on back checks, and it's great on the draw circle as well. Brittany and her work really well together on the draw, but she's a phenomenal player, and we're going to need to continue that from her, especially next weekend when we go against Delaware and Towson. So her tenacity is phenomenal, and her leadership ability as well. So I'm really happy for her, and we're going to rest up their bodies, and we'll get back after it next weekend.
Thank you, Coach.